everybody, and welcome back to another Rockabilly guitar lesson. I'm back with a request, another Sun classic. Today I show you how to play Warren Smith's Rock and Roll Ruby, which was recorded in February 1956 and then released just 2 months later. And in May it reached the #1 of the Memphis chart, so it was Warren Smith's debut and his first regional hit. He was backed by the Sneerly Ranch Boys, but they replaced drummer Clyde Leppard with Johnny Bernaro, who worked just opposite of Sun Records at the Memphis Gas, Light and Water Company. And the building is still there. When you're at Sun Records and you just walk out of the door, you see the building like 200 yards away from Sun Records. The song is credited to Johnny Cash, who recorded a demo, and I put the link to the original song and also to Johnny Cash's demo in the description below. However, Warren Smith himself said that Johnny Cash purchased the song from George Jones, another great rockabilly country artist. In order to improve and streamline the lessons, I will put the timestamps in the description below, and I won't comment on every single note, but I will give some harmonic background where I feel it's helpful. If you haven't done yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time a new video comes up. And if you want to help me out even more, you can do that by sharing, liking, commenting. And you can also support me on Patreon, where you also get the tabs and the jam tracks to this song. And now I'll show you how to play Warren Smith's Rock and Roll Ruby. Rock and Roll Ruby is in the key of A, and the first part of the solo is quite unusual. It's built around the 6th chord, and you start off like this. So you slide into the A6 chord that you get when you have your index on 9 of the E string, middle fingers on 10, B, and ring fingers on 11 of the G string. And at first you play the top 2 strings, and then you add the G string for the rest of the bar. Then you put your pinky into the 12th fret E string. Different sound, but still an A6 chord, because this is the 5th note of the scale. You got the root note here, and the 6th. That's why it's called an A6 chord. Yeah? Before you had the 3rd, and now you got the 5th. So from the top, then you move back 1 fret to play. So you're basically moving this chord up and down here, like this. And then the next part is pretty tricky. Where you move this initial A6 chord chromatically down to the 2nd fret, and this would be your D6 chord. Yeah? And I use this technique with my thumb here. I start on the 8th fret, then I move it to the 5th fret, and then to the 3rd. And this sounds more fluent than when I played where I jumped like every time I changed frets here. So this is quite tricky for me anyway. Took me a while to get a fluent motion here at high speeds, but this is the technique I prefer. Then the next part is more typical rock and roll rockabilly. One time a little slower. Next part also pretty straightforward. And then you play. So you start on the D string, 7th fret, and then you slide to 12 on the A string, 7th fret on the A string, and back to the 12th. Like this. Then in the next part you play a whole lot of A's, going back and forth between the E and the B string. Yeah, on the B string I start sliding here from the 7th or 8th fret into the 10th. Like this. And then I play a pentatonic run, And then the end of the solo. A little slower. Like this. And here's the whole solo played slowly for you to the metronome at 90 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4.